Hello crafty friends, welcome to another card ideas video. Today I'm going to use some more of my Liquitex light modelling paste because we're almost at the bottom. So I want to get it used up before it dries out. I've got 5 stitched rectangle panels of linen textured cardstock from my Trash or Treasure box. And I've pulled 5 textural things from my Found Items box. I've got this bit of corrugated cardboard that my daughter was purging from her craft stash. I've got some bubble wrap, some plastic canvas with little square holes in, some packaging, and a jute ribbon, and I've cut 3 lengths of that, and I'm going to use this to create some texture. For my first panel, I'm going to use the texture paste straight out of the tub and just smear it onto this bit of cardstock. I'm just trying to create an interesting blob shape. I don't want it too thick because I don't want it to take forever to dry. But there we go, nice textural blob. I'll scrape off a few bits that I don't really want, just some little straggly bits. And now I've got the jute ribbon, which is quite textury. And I'm going to take it and squish it into the texture paste to create some different textures. There we go, like that. Maybe a bit more there. So it's giving me some horizontal lines. Now I'm going to take some worn lipstick Distress Oxide and mix it with some texture paste to colour the texture paste. This texture paste dries white, so it will just create a lighter pink. And I'm going to spread that on. So with these backgrounds, I'm just creating a foundation for my focal point. I think that'll do. And I'm going to take this and get it on square and just press it down, lift it up, and hopefully it will give me some texture. Yeah, liking that. This needs to go in the wash now. So I've got some pink left. I'm going to put that on my mat, clean this and get some fresh white stuff out. And I've got a shimmer spray here. I'm going to add a couple of squirts. There we go, maybe just 1 squirt. I don't want it to get too liquidy. It's a brown rusty colour, so it will work okay with the pink. So now we've got a pale brown. The shimmer won't show up because the texture paste is opaque. It dries white, kind of neutralises the shimmer. But I think I'll add it just in one corner. Or maybe a big bit down here and a smaller bit up here. Looks like chocolate icing. And we'll take the bubble wrap and place that on and press that into the texture paste and see what kind of texture we get. Yeah, I can think you can just about see the bubble wrappiness of it, but it's given it an interesting texture, which is what I wanted. Let's go for a greeny blue. We've got some Uncharted Mariner. You can use any ink for this. I think I'm going to add a column of texture paste now. And I'm going to use the corrugated paper. Yep, liking that. And what I'm going to do with this is put some texture paste on the corrugated paper, and that will dry, and I could use that for something. I'll go for a bit of evergreen bough Distress Oxide for this last one. And a band maybe across the panel. And I'll use the packaging for this one. Yep, got some wavy shapes there. And we'll put some texture paste on here too. Use it all up. Right, these are going to take an hour or so to dry, and I will come back when they have and do something with them. Everything's dry now, and with this first panel I want to put a little bit of gilding gum on it. So I've got a gilding gum that I've made with this indigo blue gilding gum and some indigo blue luscious pigment powder. Penny Dreadful is the colour. Now I made this quite a long time ago and it had gone completely solid in its little pot. But if you add a little bit more gilding gum to it, you can get it to re-liquefy and it becomes usable again. So I'm just going to take a bit off of here because waste not, want not. Put it on my mat because I don't want too much on my finger. I'm just going to glance over the texture paste very gently, just brushing my finger over it so that I catch the top parts of the texture and some of the edges and even a little bit of the linen textured cardstock. Something like this, I think it's best to add a little bit and then go in with more if you want it, rather than go in heavy-handed to start with, because it's easier to add more than it is to take away bits that you don't want. So I'm going to leave that like that. So that'll have a lovely coppery shimmer to it. And now for this one, it's the one I coloured with worn lipstick. I'm going to use the brush to apply some worn lipstick over the texture paste. Might get a little bit on the card here and there. Again, I'm going in light-handed, just creates a little bit of variation in the colour. Now I've got some of my shimmer spray. I've shaken it up so that the shimmer is well distributed, and now I'm going to pick some up and brush it over the texture paste. This will dry shimmery, so my texture paste will again have some variation on it and it will have some shimmer. And I think I'll also spatter a little bit on. So I've got the Uncharted Mariner one here, and now I'm going to add some chipped sapphire. I've picked up some ink with a dry paintbrush and I'm going to try and just brush it on top. Again, for variation, it'll catch some of the texture, and some of the texture paste will stay the paler colour, some will go bluer. Now some evergreen bough. I've hydrated that with water and I'm going to add it in horizontal stripes, and hopefully it will flow into some of the divots I made in the texture paste. And I've got another shimmer spray here. This is one I made with white shimmer powder and Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide Reinker. So I'll pop that there, and it's very watery. I'm going to add it at the top and let it run down. Do the same from this direction. Maybe add some along as well. And I'll give all these a really good dry. I'm actually thinking with this one, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to drag the evergreen bough across it and see if that picks out any of the texture a bit more. I think that has, it's caught the higher parts. And with this one, I'm actually going to cut it down a bit. And now I'm going to stick this onto an identical panel. And I think I prefer it with the straighter edges. So with this one, I'm going to pop it on a panel that's slightly larger. But before I do that, I'm going to colour the panel with Uncharted Mariner. So we'll put some glue on the back of this panel and put that on there, and then I'll trim that down to give it a nice narrow border. So we're going back to the one that I gilded with the Penny Dreadful, and I've mixed a bit of the powder with some water to make a paint, and I'm going to pick that up and spatter it on. Just bring in a bit of energy and movement and spread the colour out a bit. And I think it will go quite nicely with this one as well. So we'll spatter a bit of that on. And let's add it to this one while we're at it. Just a slightly different brown, a bit more orangey. And I'll pick the rest up with a bit of card because that will come in useful at some point. Right, I've put all my panels on card blanks. This one I put straight on, didn't think it needed a border of any kind. The same with this one. This one I gave a brown border to using some brown card. And instead of having the smaller bit up in this corner and the bigger bit in this corner, I rotated it. So this is in the top corner, the larger area. And I think that works better and will be a nice place for a focal point. So I trimmed down that piece of Uncharted Mariner card, so that's now got a nice narrow border, and then I put this one straight on the card. So those are my foundation spots. I just need some die cuts, some pieces of ephemera and a sentiment on each. I think we'll use some nice bold sentiments for these cards, and on this one I've got a print and cut "You Are Amazing." I'll put that there, a third of the way down, with the centre a third of the way in from the right. Just try and get it straight. And I have used some foam tape on the back, which will help it stick to all that undulating texture. This pink one is screaming some kind of romantic love card sentiment. So I've gone for happy anniversary, a third of the way down and a third of the way in. This one's saying happy retirement. I think we'll go down here, a third of the way up and a third of the way in. And I've got a celebrating you for this one. I think we'll do that one there. Right, time for embellishing. I'm going to start with this card, and I've taken a piece of turquoise smushy paper and die cut out lots of flowers. I'm going to put some high-tack glue on my mat here, and then take a large flower and put a smaller flower on top, rotating it so that the petals of the top one fall between the petals of the bottom one. And I'm going to do that for all my flowers. And now I'm going to take my flowers, pop them on a bit of craft foam and use this embossing tool to push down in the middle. That makes the flowers curve up a bit, gives them some dimension. You can also curl the tips of the flowers back again by just pressing the tool along the tip like that. I do this with the larger flowers, but probably not with the teeny tiny ones. It'd be too fiddly. With the smaller flowers, I use the smaller end and just press down in the middle. I won't bother with the tips. If you wanted to create a flatter card for posting, then obviously don't add any dimension to your flowers. And now I'm going to dip these in some high-tack white glue and pop the two larger ones around the sentiment. The high-tack nature of the glue will help this stick to the uneven texture paste surface. And I'll pop a next size down one there. I think I might trail the pattern to cover or span the whole of the texture paste. So the texture paste just becomes a background for the flowers and sentiment now. And to give my flowers centres, I'm going to put a little Nouveau drop in the middle. I think this one's called Copper Penny, yep. And that will go with the copper that we used in the background. Right, I think I'm going to leave this one here. Could add a few leaves, either white ones or vellum ones maybe, to some of the flowers, but I think it looks fine as it is. I'm going to do something similar but simpler on this card. So I put some blobs of matte gel medium And I'm going to add some copper glitter hearts. I die cut these from copper glitter cardstock. I'm adding a generous amount of matte gel medium to help the hearts stick to the uneven surface. I will mop it up if any squirts out. So I've got 6 larger hearts and then 6 medium-sized hearts. I'm not sure if I used them all. I've got the 6 large ones down. Now for some smaller ones, and then we'll see if I need to add more. I chose copper because I splattered in copper and it works nicely with the pinks that are there. It's an analogous colour scheme. Copper is a kind of browny orange or an orangey brown, so it goes well with pinks. Now I'll mop up excess glue by pressing down on the hearts with my microfiber cloth. And as this is matte gel medium, you won't get any glossy smears from any leftover glue. I think I might have one over here. And there we go, that's our second card done. For my happy retirement card, I die cut out some white arrows. I chose white because it'll break up the brown. And I chose arrows because they imply going somewhere different, doing something different, moving on, moving forward, which I think is a nice sentiment for a retirement card. You could add some crystal glaze or glossy accents to the arrows to make them shiny, but I think I'm going to leave mine like this. For my thank you card, I've decided to go silver glitter. I think it'll look nice with the blue. And I used this star border die to cut out lots of stars in different sizes. And I've put my large star here near my sentiment on a rather large blob of matte gel medium. Then I'm going to add a cascade of smaller stars down there like that. I think stars work well on thank you cards because it's like saying you're a star. Again, my glue is splurging out, but I need lots of glue to keep these in place. And I'll mop it up with a microfiber cloth in a minute. And for a bit of something extra, some Nouveau glitter drops. These are called White Blizzard. They dry clear, but they've got some iridescent glitter inside, which will go nicely with the stars, I think. And that's card number 4. For my final card, the celebration card, I've used some balloon dies to cut balloons from gold glitter cardstock. For these larger ones, I've applied a generous amount of high-tack white glue. Nothing's going to squirt out. I think I'll just dip these smaller balloons in. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've managed to glean an idea or two for your own card making. If you have, do let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more from me, do subscribe and ring the notification bell, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.